Welcome to another session of ETS, Energetic Transmission Session. This is a clarity activation. So some of you might be feeling very clear all of a sudden because in this moment, which happens to be March 23rd, 2016, we are in a, I want to say it's like the veil is parting and we're able to see things a little clearer for some of us. For some of you, you might still be in a bit of confusion or fog. But this activation is going to enhance being clear on your path, enhance the clarity that is coming to you. This is also useful for people where they feel like they're not making decisions, but decisions are making them. In other words, they're reacting to their seeming surroundings, interactions, situations, etc. And this will help you give you continued clarity and also to help strengthen any connection or lack of connection that you may be feeling in the moment. So this clarity activation is useful for any time that you're feeling unclear about decisions you're trying to make, whether it be work, relationship, health patterns, finances, your own personal growth, your evolution, or just if you're in a space of not knowing. This will help bring clarity and confidence. So the first thing that my guides asked me to bring in, and before I get to that actually, I'd like you to sit for a moment and reflect a little bit and see where perhaps you are not having the clarity you'd like to have, or where you might have a state of confusion, or where clarity is coming in really good and you want to keep that clarity coming in. You want actually the volume turned up even higher. You want to continue to be in resonance with the best path for you in any given moment. So when you find that for yourself, and it is useful to pick one thing. You can redo this and pick another thing. It's fine. You can replay the whole audio and pick something else. But for right now, just pick one thing, whether good or, and I don't want to use good or bad, but let's just say if you're feeling confused or if you're feeling clear, give it a number, 1 to 10, 1 being the least intense and 10 being the most intense. And when you get that number for yourself, just kind of sit with that. And you might even feel energy in your body or around your field of energy or in the room you're in of where the confusion feels like it's placed. Because lots of times our body is the signal, or our mind or our emotions can be the signal, or our environment can be the signal for what we're not aware of. So find what that is for yourself. It doesn't have to be anywhere either. So but just having a reference is useful. And now I'd like you to close your eyes. And I'm going to allow my guides to come in and bring in the information that's useful. And the first thing they said to work with was busting your bubble. And what I'm hearing with busting your bubble is it's as though I'm seeing that there's categorization. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Categories of where we've placed ourselves to grow, evolve, or where we're receiving clarity. And while it's nice to have a place, often it is also can be a place of stuckness, or of it's got to happen right here, or it's it's in this auric bubble that I'm in is where this is at. What if it was rising up to meet you constantly, daily, moment to moment? That's what we really want to bring forward for you. So the first thing they're doing is they're actually clearing your right eye, and I want to say almost like right eye, right cheek area. They're kind of clearing out a lot of energy in that area. You might feel it, see it, or experience it in another area, but this is where it's showing up for me, and it doesn't have to show up there for you, and you don't have to have it show up at all. That's fine. So this energy is just clearing, clearing. It's almost like a flushing out. Think of it as like clearing the clutter and almost like pulling, I want to say packets of patterns that don't serve you out of your energy field, but more so on the right side of your face, just below the eye, but it's actually moving into the jaw area now as I'm doing this, and into the throat, but specific to right side, right shoulder, right side of the chest, solar plexus on the right side, sacral, and even moving down the right leg and right foot, and then there's just a real strong vibration of energy that's coming out through your right foot. Think of it as like breaking up the ground beneath you even, but more so in a way that you can molecularly be in harmony with the constant vibrations and energies that are wanting to present themselves to you to support you in your growth. And I'm hearing in your value. I'm just going to let that energy keep coming in because it's coming in really, really strong. You also might find yourself clearing your throat. You might feel mild sort of movement through your belly, digestive system. That's okay. Just kind of breathe out and kind of relax and release that. That feels really good right there. And then the next thing they said for me to work with was navigating change that is happening or that seems to be happening to you, as I used as a reference prior, where you don't feel like, where you feel like you're just dealing with a different scenario, different circumstances daily because energy is coming at you so quickly. And even if this feels useful, we want to be able to assimilate it, integrate it somewhat, or experience it so that we can cellularly, molecularly expand with the energy that's coming forward. And if this is where you're feeling as though you are confused because there's too many things coming at you, people sometimes will say, well, I'm a victim of circumstances, and it can feel like that, especially if it's 1, 2, 3, lots of different things coming at you at one time. It can definitely feel that way. We've all had that experience. So however this fits for you, find what that is, and you can place a number on that too if you want, 1 to 10, 10 being the most intense. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in what they're wanting to shift on this. And what I'm seeing is a lot of different, I want to say it's almost as though I'm working on several levels and layers of, I'm hearing astral. This is really interesting. It's really funny because I'm hearing astral audacity. Well, wouldn't that be something, right? How dare they? Okay. Astral audacity. That works for me. And it's almost as though these patterns are coming in so strong, and the vibrations are they're so powerful, and there's such a power and a strength to them. But I'm just going to kind of move these patterns on around you. And again, this is happening more so in the right side, but also it's gently now just moving away, kind of like a gentle breeze, and You can breathe out and kind of release anything there. You might feel a strong sense of clarity coming through you already. Then the next thing they said to work on was continued clarity or upgrades, because we're always receiving upgrades to our energy, and how to stay online, because it's wonderful when we're feeling these upgrades sometimes, but also often we want to know, well, how do I stay online? How do I stay in this continued clarity? Like, this is, especially if it's feeling really optimal for you. Or for those of you that are just now starting to feel a little bit of clarity because of the work we've already done, you may want to continue to have that feeling, that experience. And we're actually going to let this be with people in your life as well, that you see situations and people and opportunities with a clearer vision. It's as though whatever's coming from someone's mouth or whatever seems to be a situation, you're able to see past what the words are or past what the situation seems to be or looks like, and see the higher picture, the higher opportunity, the higher clarity. So as we go into this, once again, have a reference for how clear you're feeling right now. 1 to 10, 1 being, not so much, 10 off the chart, that's fine. And how consistent that might feel for you also is useful. Just give that a number. And again, you might feel it in your body. It might just be a clarity that you're feeling around you. Again, you're continuing to keep your eyes closed. And as the energy is coming forward, the first thing that is coming in very strong, if you're not familiar with the Gasho, which is a Reiki term for prayer, it's as though there's a very sacred, beautiful energy coming forward right now. The Gasho is your hands clasped together right at the heart center. Your thumbs are on your heart center, and you focus on your middle finger with your hands clasped together. And it's a very sacred, still, balanced, beautiful, harmonizing energy. And this feels so beautiful because I can feel the teachers are bringing in strength, and they're saying clarity of purpose, and also that you feel purposeful. But specific to strength, and they're saying specific to inner strength. And then as that energy's continuing to move, there's like, I want to say it's almost like a stream of, think of it as this beautiful waterfall kind of energy coming in. And this is interesting, it's coming in on the left side through the crown and into your body. More so landing right in the heart-lung area. And I'm hearing the word abundance, so I'm also bringing in that energy of abundance, because as this energy is coming in, it's almost as if it were you being the pool of water, a crystal clear pool of water, and this constant flow and this constant clear connection to that pure flow of energy. And you might feel this energy as you might feel a lot of movement through the back of your head, or through the crown, but more so moving through the back of your head, and almost like strong waves of energy. And as we move through this, I'd like you to now kind of bring up once again the issue or the clarity that you did or did not have around, if it was a specific person, issue, yourself, your connection, or if that clarity was really good, is it enhanced? So I would like you to check that number again that you felt before on how clear you feel in terms of the confusion or the amount of clarity that you're having. What is that reference number? And I want you to know that the teachers are coming in and they're saying timing. They're saying everything is timing. And it's interesting because we do try to regulate ourselves through a specific date, time, hour, reflection. And they're saying this is a, I want to say a universal timing, but I also want to say a multiversal timing, because I don't want to leave any aspect of what's available to us undone. In other words, we're in a no time, but everything is being timed constantly. So I hope you've enjoyed this clarity activation. Replay it as often as you like. And hopefully you'll find it useful to continue to expand and upgrade your energy and your connection, or to move through confusion or when life seems to be happening to you. And with that, I'd like to say thank you and namaste.